Hello.
Welcome back to
Welcome.
Basic Banter for Witches.
You made it back. We
I made
haven't
it.
scared you away.
Yeah, you made it. Thanks, guys.
Hopefully, you've been enjoying our episodes so far.
So far.
We've been having a lot of fun doing it, so
I know. It's been
we're
so
always up
good.
to something fun.
Honestly, I feel like weekly, I'm like, oh, we probably ran out of ideas. I'm like, no, we have so
Mm-mm.
many more.
There's that's the thing. Like Jessica and I have a shared note in our phone of all the ideas that we want to do, and I would say every couple days I keep adding to it because I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh, what about this? What about this? So
Exactly. Right.
yeah.
No, it's so good. Actually, a girlfriend of mine asked me today, she's like, what's your podcast about? Like, what do you talk about? And I'm like, well, we talk a
All
lot,
the things.
all the things. We talk about a lot of things. And
Mhm.
I kind of put it like I described a couple, this,
Mhm.
that, the other thing. But then it was like it come down to like the things that you might have questions about, but are too afraid to like look
Do
into.
you
You know what I
assume
mean?
that, like, well, that's the thing, like, for a
Yeah.
lot of things that Jessica and I have gone through and will be going through, it's stuff
Hmm.
that we had to do a lot of our own research for, but also stuff that we have been taught. But it's nice to have it all in one space that you're like, well, I have no idea what that
Yeah,
means. Like, are you supposed to just automatically know?
exactly.
Or
How do
like,
you,
where do you get your
yeah,
information?
the teachings are not always like available, especially
Mhm.
if it wasn't something that like was around you when you were like growing up or whatever, right? So you kind of have
Yeah.
to seek out your own knowledge. Anyways, so
Yeah.
that's
Like
why we're
just
here, I think.
Yes. Well, and like Jessica and
Cool.
I were not born into a family that was like the seventh of the seventh of the seventh child. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but that's like,
No.
it's like, sorry for all the likes.
Like, like,
Like,
like,
I hate when I do that.
it's mhm.
Exactly. So one family has seven kids, and then that seventh kid also has seventh kids, and then that seventh kid it kind of goes in a pattern.
Okay.
And that there's like folklore on that where they are
Hmm.
that much more powerful because it's like the rule of sevens where
Ah,
yeah, it's
cool.
interesting.
I like
Mhm.
that. So we're
Mhm.
just like, I feel like our ancestors, like even like our immediate like grandparents and that, we're like all like witches who were like sleeping. Do you know what I mean? Like we were
Mhm.
dormant and
Yeah.
like didn't know or activate those things. And I think now that
Mhm.
we've kind of sparked some
Yeah.
interest, it's like the more we talk about it, the more we practice in a
Yeah.
sense. It's like,
Everything is
oh,
becoming
mom.
awakened.
Exactly. And like you can see like our aunts, and I don't even think our uncles are really into it, but I mean, I think some are. They're interested, but maybe not
They're
practicing.
interested.
But
We're
I
looking at you, Uncle D.
was gonna
We
say
know you're
Uncle
listening.
Dave. But I like even with some of our aunts on our dad's side too, I was like, oh, okay, like there's is clearly
Yeah.
something that people are aware and interested of in, yeah.
Yeah, for some people,
Words.
it can be such a trendy topic too, where they
Yeah.
don't really put a whole lot of mind to it. That's okay.
Yes,
But
totally.
it's something that we've always really loved. So that's kind of
Mhm.
why we're here.
Exactly.
So,
So
so teaching today,
yes.
what a topic. Wow, what a topic.
What a
Is,
topic.
what is something we've been wanting to talk about for a while that we feel we didn't know a whole lot about, that we did the research for so we could tell
Yeah.
you,
Uh-huh.
is the differences between tarot. Do you hear that?
Yeah, it did.
Hello,
Yeah.
tarot,
Tello.
tarot,
Tarot.
tarot, oracle, and I forget the last one.
That's okay. It's Lenormancy. Lenormancy. Leonard Mancy? Leonard Mancy. I wrote a name down. Lenormand. Lenormand is the last name. Lenormancy is like the thing. So,
Okay.
anyways, yeah. So before we jump into that, I kind of
Mhm.
wanted to talk about like where the hell that even came from. Because
Yeah.
people, I guess especially in like today's generation, people are like, tarot is what gets like catches the eye and like kind of sparks the, ooh, that's kind of cool, or that's kind of freaky or whatever. But where
Mhm.
did it come from? How did it start? So I want to kind of jump back a few thousand years. So divination itself, as that word for all the Harry Potter fans are like, oh, divination, divination.
Like,
It can
wait a
mean
minute.
it can mean so many different things, right? Exactly. So like the ancient Egyptians used it. Their form of divination would be like meditation, oil scrying, and dream interpretation. The Greeks would have used it, but they would have I guess, done it through looking through entrails of sacrificed animals, or like
Mm,
looking for messages and answers within organs, right? The
yeah.
Romans look to the skies. Indigenous people, Mayans, Aztecs all used astral bodies and like weather occasions and things that were happening in that sense. But even before all of that, the Chinese had an inscription down. How does that work? I guess the first time it was written down was in about 1000 BC, called the I Ching, which is a Chinese text, which is used like shapes and interpreted. What's the word am I looking for? Like shapes and
Interpretation.
like shells of things that were used to create an interpretation of what was happening. So
Oh, because I have where. So then, what is the difference between you said I Ching and
the I
I
Ching
Ching?
is I Ching and I Ching are the same thing.
Oh, okay, because
I Ching is,
I have
yeah.
some of those coins.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that's also something we should go into. But anyway, so
Okay,
that I
writing it
mentioned
down.
that's okay. So since that has been discovered or kind of announced to the world, again, the written transcribed total was about 1000 BC. That was the first written evidence of that. But prior to that, we're looking like 7,057 BC, like way back. So since then, a variety has kind of arose from that. So we see divination systems such as palmistry, which is interpreting palm lines, numerology, interpreting numbers, tasseography, which is reading tea leaves, and cartomancy. So that would be reading like fortune telling or reading through cards. So we are going to discuss cartomancy, which is kind of going to segue us into our tarot and
It's
our
not the devil's work. It's just reading cards.
just reading cards, guys.
But it does
Relax.
sound pretty. It doesn't sound good. The cartomancy sounds like a scary word.
It does sound scary, but it is not. It's literally,
No,
it's just like, yeah, the magic of cards. This,
the magic within us.
Exactly. So before I jump into tarot and oracle, I know y'all are here for the tarot, but you're gonna have to wait
Yeah,
because
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna talk
get that
about,
eventually.
yeah, Marie Anne Lenormand. She's your girl. She
Okay.
was Napoleon
Ooh, I'm
Bonaparte's.
hungry.
I know,
Desserts.
right? Yeah.
What kind of tarts we talking about?
Exactly. Bonatartes. Napoleon's card
Bon
reader.
appetit.
Trusted
Sorry,
card
just
reader. That's okay. That's fine. So she worked like hand in hand with Napoleon as like official card reader. Once she passed, like she had this legacy that she kind of left behind her. Once she passed, the term Lenormand had come into like more practical terms of card reading. Anyway, so a deck like that is, I would almost say like that might have been where it sparked, is like, oh, like cards, right? Literal cards. Any card playing cards, card decks. You can, this is really cool with the Lenormand deck, is because you can really customize it to however you want. There is like a guide of like 36 cards, like what you should label the cards, and then as per design, it's completely up to you. It is open to your interpretation. Cards like this are only read up only, so there is the upright version and then there's a reversed. I'm going to use my Scotties tag, so like this would be upright. It doesn't read upside down like you would see in oracle or in tarot. It is only an upright reading. Look at this. This is like the second episode where this Scotty's Kleenex box,
I know.
or sorry, Scotty's tissue box.
It's not the episode. That was clickbait.
Shit. Okay, well, that's fine. Anyways, we talked about tissues because, that's what I do.
Because that's where we're at,
For
folks.
anybody that knows me, there's always a tissue box nearby because my life.
And we've never lost her, because we will always just follow the trail of dirty, snotty Kleenexes.
You know what?
Because Jessica has a problem putting them in the garbage can.
I know. There's
You do. So there's just always just a pile around you.
You
never look beside her bed, folks.
You know what? My friend Jordan, he helped me move out of my parents' house like a bajillion years ago. And I'll never forget, he like moved my bed. He's like, dear God, Jessica, like there's Kleenex everywhere. I'm like, I know.
Well, that's literally her husband makes fun of Jessica all the time, because she's just like,
I'll just follow the trail of Kleenex. I'll just follow the trail of Kleenex.
And then I'm always like,
literally. Oh, my nose. Oh, my nose.
That's what he always
forever
says.
a problem. Forever.
Oh, my nose.
He just popped it.
Oh, my nose.
Does Ryan want to be a special guest on the podcast for a hot second?
He's gone already.
He's already gone.
Yeah. You gone, babe? Yeah, he's gone. We can badmouth him now. Just kidding. I don't know. Where were we? We were talking about fortune telling. Lettermancy.
The
and
woman.
Lenormand.
The woman's in
woman.
charge. You can do it from regular playing cards. You can only
The
be
woman.
seeing it upright and not upside down.
Not upside down. Exactly. So yeah, there's a list of 36 card items in that. So that's really cool is you could take any deck, like I said, like any new or old deck of cards, you're going to remove certain cards because obviously 52 is, that's a lot in a standard deck. So you're going to remove all the jokers and the numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5. So all 4 from each suit and those.
Oh,
and then
I
you're
see.
right. And then you're going to be left with 6 and up. So that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, King, Queen. And then those cards are going to take up or make up your Lenormand deck. So that's really cool. I've thought about making my own and I really think it'd be fun.
Do it.
Especially because as we kind of talk more about Oracle and Tarot, getting to know your card decks is like by practicing, looking at the cards, counting the cards. We'll talk about that. But even going into the process of like creating the cards, and they could be bare bones. Like, I mean, like you take a Sharpie and you draw like a dragon. My dragons are going to be like stick dragons. Rah,
I'll just write the word dragon.
Exactly. Dragon card. Exactly.
This is the dragon.
A
one.
dragon.
The dragon.
Exactly. So yeah, even something as simple as that is something you can completely customize yourself and interpret in your own way, which I think is really cool, especially when you're kind of growing that connection to, this type of future fortune telling. So yes. Yes. So that's the Lenormand deck. This is also going to talk more specifically on practical matters, the how of what's going on versus tarot's the why it's going on. So this is going to be how it's going and whatnot and how we can improve. So yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah, I don't know if that's anything else for hey. Marie Anne Lenormand was around in the 14th century. So this is how far back she goes. Obviously, there's a big gap between the first bit of like the I Ching in like 1000 BC to the 14th century. But this is just like, again, recorded histories. I'm obviously missing a lot of shit in between, but
this is just more of like Cliff version.
Cliff notes.
I always keep saying Cliff version.
I thought you said Cliff Virgin. And in that sense, I would be. Well, no, I wouldn't be because I've been to the Cliffs of Moher. So get it? Cliffs. I'm not a Cliffs virgin.
Yes,
You're like,
Jessica.
yes, Jessica. We got the joke the first time.
No, I can't. For some reason, when I think of Cliff Notes, I always just say Cliff. Give me the Cliff part.
Give me
And
the
I'm
Cliff.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Cliff Notes. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Cliff
right on.
version.
Well, let's move right into Oracle. Ooh,
Yeah.
Oracle. Whatever.
Oracle.
No, okay, what? Okay. My husband just came and took my water. I don't get it
Can I
back.
give you some wine?
To give me wine or just to take? Okay. All right. Well, anyways, there you go.
I'm gonna put an egg in it.
I'm just gonna put an egg in it. He's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, Mancy. Anyways, that's anher channel, but I know we've already chatted about it. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Oracle.
But yes. So yes, Oracle. So I want to say what's wrong?
He didn't
he
fill
just
it
wanted
up.
water?
He just brought it back. He took a sip
Last
and he brought it back
Okay.
with the same amount of water in it.
Oh. Cool. All right.
It tastes okay.
So
okay.
I'm
well,
going.
There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess what Oracle is.
Okay.
Only because, like, comparing to tarot, I would say that Oracle can be. This is just by like the seat of my pants here. This is not something that I looked up.
Tell me.
I want to say that Oracle is just. It can be translated in so many different ways. There's no like black and white. It can be very much like, oh, it could mean this, it could mean this, it could mean this, without even looking at the book involved.
Exactly. There's more room for interpretation.
There you go.
There are no rules. There is no strict number of cards, and there's a lot more imagery typically with something like this. So they say with like when again getting to know your Oracle decks, again counting the cards, but even to just do like pull a card a day.
Yeah.
That'll help set your intention for the day, or you can use it in conjunction with the Lenormand or with the tarot. If you're going to do it before to set your intention for your tarot pull, or you can do it after, pull one card after, and that will reinforce what you've interpreted through your tarot reading. So kind of cool that you can work in conjunction with these. Yeah. So I thought that was really neat. We've also done like, when we're doing like a big spread, a card spread, that can be like, I don't know, depends on how many decks you have and how many cards like poll for you.
Yeah.
Have we talked about how we pull cards yet? I don't think we have. We should freaking
No,
talk
so
about
this
that.
would be that would be this
Let's do it.
episode.
I love that. We're gonna do that, team. Okay. Well,
Yes.
anyways, yeah. So that is
We're not teaching you what we're doing because we want you to learn from us. We have wonderful people that you can learn
Yes,
from for full
totally.
courses.
Yes.
This is just what we like to do because
This
we
is
found
exactly. Yes. This
Yeah.
is honestly even like, yes, exactly.
we have some pretty amazing people that we would
Yeah.
guide you to be like, you want to take the course on doing it? These two
which
people.
we fully recommend. Like we both started out as like,
just
beginners,
messing
obviously.
around. Yeah, like just the
Exactly.
most beginners.
Yeah,
Just like let's grab it and see what
picked
what
up
we
a
think.
deck and decided to read like the little book that comes with it, and we're like, let's freaking try it. So that's how we started, right? And we
Mhm.
have
Yeah.
since become certified in tarot
We
and
have.
or I guess in card reading. And so from there
Yeah.
we've been able to evolve our readings and like
Totally.
reading basically from going from pulling the card to like directly to the book to be like, this is what it means. And is
Yeah.
it reverse? Is it upright? Is it,
Exactly.
to now just reading it on our own and being able to read it at face value, literally.
Totally. So when we show you how to do that, we're not saying this is what
No.
you need to do. This is just
No.
what we have found that we really like to do.
Exactly. Yes. So yeah, we'll chat about that when we pull cards and like later in the segment here. But before we get there, let's talk about tarot.
Tarot.
Tarot. Tarot. Not tarot. Tarot. I didn't look up the origin of the word. Tarot. Not like carrot.
Not carrot.
Tarot like arrow. I don't know. I'm just rhyming shit.
Like you know what? Now you got me hungry for that too. When's the last time you had an Arrow chocolate bar?
It's been a while, but I don't know why, but I saw like a TikTok of like people eating Canadian chocolates and they're like, ooh, Arrow. Nom, nom, nom. That was like a week ago.
Arrow's Canadian?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Isn't it Cadbury? Isn't that Canadian?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
I just know the States doesn't have very good chocolate, so
I know. Canada rocks the chocolate.
Take it. That and the craft dinner.
And the Katie.
We'll take every minute. But
Exactly.
yes, okay.
Okay.
Back to tarot.
Tarot. Back to the tarot deck. So there are 78 cards in a tarot deck, and that's a standard number. So it is broken up to the major and the minor arcana, is the name of that. So in the major arcana, there are 22 cards that is broken down into life's karmic and spiritual lessons. It can represent various stages of our lives that we encounter throughout. And then as we search for greater meaning in our lives, it can help us bring us to a path of self-awareness. So that is like we're in a little bit more in conjunction with that, and like we'll see ourselves more in the cards in that phase. Yeah, and I've heard it also called the Fool's Journey. The Fool being like the first card, and then kind of going all the way up to like the World, which is the last card of the major arcana. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty neat. Again, like you're gonna find the themes of the major arcana are going to be the same throughout all your tarot decks. They may have different like references. I'm trying to think of one, like the can I think of, I don't know. You'll notice a slight change anyways. They're not always the same, but it's the general idea. There's always 22. They're always, from zero, literally 0 to 22. And then after that, the minor arcana is made up of 4 suits of 14 cards each. So that sounds a lot like a deck of cards. Does that add up to that many cards? 52.
How many
like,
in a deck?
52.
52 plus 22?
56 cards. 56 cards plus 22. 78. Yeah, that works out.
I was gonna say
like brain.
Some quick math would tell us that is correct.
I really was like, I don't know. I only do numbers for life.
That's the thing.
So yeah, so I'm just going to break down the 4 suits that are included. So first up, we have the Pentacles, which sounds like the demonic symbols, like a pentacle, like it's like the circle with like the star in it. That's like the pentacle symbol. And as we've discussed in recent episodes, I don't know if it's been recent. I don't know if this is going to come up before or after that. Anyways, it is a sign of, it's an earth symbol or like an element symbol. This is all worldly, all material things. It symbolizes stability, security, nature, health, prosperity. It is an earth element, as I mentioned. So it's usually concerned with like long-term and future like your long-term, your future, career-oriented, generosity, household, business investments, and feelings of sensuality. Of course, those are all really positive things, but of course, as I had mentioned earlier, with the tarot deck, it can be read in reverse. So on the negative side of that, on the reverse side of things, we can see that reflected as greed, jealousy, or I don't know what my thing says. Mr. Line, Mr. Lines, Mr. Lurps,
Misery? No.
Mr. Miserlies, Miserlies, Miserlies,
Is that a word?
Miserable Lees,
Miserable.
miserable, miserable, miserable. I don't know.
Murder Perk. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I know I'm looking. We
Okay.
just got a message from a friend of ours
Oh.
on our page, and we're like, what the hell? Oh no. I God. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, so you don't have to see who this is from.
That's so
We
funny.
just got a message from our wonderful friend.
Yes. A spirit ball for $50 on the buy and sell. This is it. If you see that, it's literally a crystal ball with a witch's face in it. I don't know what we would call her. Anyways,
Oh my.
but she's so funny. She says, "Can confirm I will not buy this." I saw that. I was like, "Oh my goodness, what's happening?" Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, that's why I was just like, hold on, because just
Are we selling something?
don't
No.
typically we don't typically look at our phones when we're doing this. Like we try to stay as present as possible, but I'm just like, she
What?
doesn't message us off. Jen, what the hell's going on? And so I was like, oh my God.
Oh my. No. Anyways, cool.
Died. And she knows we're potting today too. So like,
Does she?
come on.
Does she
Jen.
actually?
Yeah.
You
I
said her
told her.
name. There you go. Very good. Well, anyways, okay.
Didn't
Well,
say
that
her
was
full name, but yes.
Exactly, Jen. Okay. She's gonna. I hope she listened to this and is like, I ended up buying it.
Oh my God. Well, let's find out.
We should actually like reach out and like purchase it and like send it to her and be like, we knew you really wanted this. I don't know what she
All right,
would do.
Jen. That might be your grand opening present.
Yes. Please. Okay. Let's find it. Let's wrap that up.
Okay,
You do that.
I'm going to find it right now. Spirit ball.
goodness.
Is this even in Saskatoon?
Can I screenshot this? I hope so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. I'm screenshotting it.
Oh yeah, I gotta find it. What is this? Where are we going? Marketplace. I'm not very good at the Facebook or anything like that.
Yeah,
where I'm
no.
like,
That's okay. Yes.
that
That's okay.
spirit ball.
Spirit ball. That's so funny. Like seriously, like the freakiest thing.
Can confirm.
Can
Okay.
confirm I will not buy
Now,
this.
group post. I don't even know where to begin to look.
I don't know. We should get her to like send us the
Marketplace,
actual
there we
ad.
go.
Doesn't matter. Are you doing it? Are you
Yeah.
looking? Okay, just ask, is this available?
Oh fuck, I found it.
$50 for a spirit ball though?
I'll fucking buy it though.
Okay. Down. Done.
I
Wrap it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Please.
Can I get it delivered, please?
Exactly. I'll pick it up. I will not let my children see it. I will put it in a nice box and I'll just drop it off outside of her house. I
I
think.
know where she lives. I know where you live, Jen. We're gonna.
Oh.
Fuck! If we pick it up, it's gonna happen the next couple days.
Exactly.
Buckle up.
Okay. Well, there you go. Okay. On with the show.
Oh my God! I'm gonna send an offer for $40.
Good girl. There you go. You're so funny. Oh my God. Okay. Can I finish now? How you
Yes,
doing?
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I know. Like that was a total side note, but like what the hell was that? And you know what? Oh my God. Okay, I took a screenshot of it and I will definitely, we have to post that on our Instagram story or something like that. I don't know.
We'll have to.
If I remember, I gotta like write this shit down when I'm like, I'll tag it in the show notes. I don't.
Yeah, help us.
I do sometimes. Help us. Tell me what you need. Anyways, okay.
God, that's
that was
funny.
Pentacles and a little bit of witchy craziness.
She's our witch.
We're moving on to cups. So literally like a cup or like a chalice. It's these
a fancy mug.
They may have different names, but they're also like associated with like either a cup or their element. So in the terms of a cup, the element is water. Yes. So cups are related or associated with emotions, the unconscious, your creativity or your intuition. It could also have, connection to your relationships, romantic or not. This is also tied a lot with our imagination and our inner world. So again, all positive things. On the reverse side of that, we could also find any of these cards within this chapter of cups, uncontrolled feelings of fantasy, a disconnect from our inner voice. I would say disconnect is a big one, especially in that one. But when we're not really sure what we're acting on in our emotions, that is where that will come up. So again, that's when those cards come up in reverse. How am I doing, Britt?
You're doing so amazing.
I thought so too. Thank you. There's a dog. I see her.
I know. I was just, she like scratched something.
Oh.
I was like, what are
Like,
you doing?
bitch, what you doing? Okay. I've got 2 left, and then we're gonna go into our card pull.
Yes.
We got swords. They are a symbol for intelligence, logic, ambition, also conflict and communication. The earth symbol, or not the earth symbol, sorry, the element for this one is air. Okay, this word I wrote down, and I like had to write it down twice because I was like, girl, you spelled it wrong and you're gonna say it wrong. Faculty.
Oh, that's the word. Okay.
And power of
I thought it was
intellect. And faculty and power of intellect. So that, again, in like the terms of swords, it is double-sided, right? Typically, I have no idea. To me, double-sided means like this way, but it could be like this way. Anyway, so there's the double-sided. So it can bring out the good and the evil. It can also hurt or harm, right? So that's kind of what we're going to see in this. Again, on the reverse side of, the positive, that is like intelligence and logic, we could be abusive, harsh, or like lacking empathy. Right, or lacking understanding. Yes. And then the last one is wands.
Everyone needs a wand.
Yes, exactly. Can stand for passion, inspiration, willpower. Oh, I get bring energy into any situation. I like don't even read my own writing. I wish you could see this. Well, actually you can. Those on YouTube. It's chicken scratch. And I was sitting on the couch and it was like, and it's like not really writing. Anyways, it can bring energy into any situation. It is the fire element. So fire energy, that's connects for me. It can also mean action, ambition, and like making plans. Again, on the reverse side of bullshit. I hate my internet.
Oh, good.
I don't even know where I was. I was probably on like a whole thing.
You're on
Fire, wands, action, and bringing energy into any situation. So again, that's ambition, that's making plans. Again, on the not so the reverse side, recklessness, lack of direction. So kind of like thinking before, or not thinking before we act, kind of thing. So once you're kind of like looking at it like that, it's like, that kind of all makes sense. It's working up. What do you want, my darling boy? Oh, I love you. Come back. Oh, you stole my water twice and then I yelled at you. I'm sorry, babe.
Well.
Yeah. Well.
What do you do?
I'll be paying for that later.
Yeah, no kidding. You betcha you will.
Yeah, betcha. It's okay. Foot and mouth syndrome. That's what I have right now. Okay, well, anyways.
So we're going to go into cards now. So now that you know the basics of why there is 3 different types, technically 2, obviously just one is the background of everything. And then you can decide which path you want to follow. If you want to get more than one deck, that is one in tarot, one in oracle, or whatever the case is, whatever feels good, whatever you're drawn to, then I'd say go for it.
Yeah.
So Jess and I have decided that we were going to pull from our animal decks. And so I'm going to pull from my animal tarot deck. And then she's going to pull from her animal oracle deck.
Yes. So this isn't like guided. This is what I usually pull from, right? Now it's not specifically labeled as oracle, but I'm using the rules as there is no, rule for oracle that this is an oracle deck. So that's why I've chosen this. This is why I've decided to call it an oracle deck. Kim Kranz.
Yeah, sorry, mine's Lisa Robertson. But so a quick note of while we're shuffling and everything right now, how I pull is I shuffle in my hands and I'm talking to my cards and, asking them like, what do I need to pull? What do I need to hear? If one card flies out at me, clearly that's the card that I needed to pull. Or if I find just that I'm drawn, they all look the same, right?
Yes.
So I find if I'm drawn to one that I'm like, maybe this one, that's the card I pull out. So, and then that's how I do it.
Yes. They say to
Just
go with your
does it a little
intuition.
different.
Go with your
Yeah.
first gut. So if it's like a card that pops out at you while you're shuffling, if it's like if it, literally, I just like go with what, yeah, you'll as you'll learn, you'll feel like I feel like
Yeah.
little tugs when I do mine. So that's mine is just different than Brittany's, but obviously everybody's going to be
Exactly.
different. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now to find this guy.
Which card did you pull?
I got the 8 of Pentacles.
Ooh, the 8 of Pentacles. Now going back to the book as to what a pentacle
Yes,
is.
please.
Oh my God, I've got like so many notes in here, but I'm like, no, and no. Pentacles. Okay,
And
so
it's
that is an earth symbol. There's very earth, 8 of Pentacles. Ooh, it's a goat. I'm going to
the
go with,
mountain goat.
so stability, security, nature, health, prosperity. I'm going to first glance. I'm doing this first glance. It is a goat on a whole bunch of rocks. I see like a gradual like climb, but I do see like
Mm.
progression, and I feel like that could be an increase in either funds or like a promotion or like yeah, like or your career. Like that's what I feel. It's more
Cool.
like that.
I
Anyways.
like that. I would say that's pretty dead on. As I'm briefly looking through my book here, for business and career, it says work like no one is looking or cares for that matter. Do what you need to do because it means something to you and you alone.
Mhm.
For family and relationship, it's time to roll up your sleeves and get down to business. The business of being the best darn partner, friend, or lover you can be. For health and well-being is when the mountain goat shows up, he's letting you know that each step you take gets you closer to the health and wellness goals. This means each step is a personal win.
Totally. And you
So,
think
I
about
like
like in terms of a goat and a mountain goat specifically, they
Mhm.
climb very narrow ledges, right? So it is like the climb is the getting there,
It's
right?
supposed to
But
be
it'll be
hard.
worth it. Exactly. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be hard. It's the getting
Yeah.
there. That's the struggle. The struggle. The
And
struggle.
before you go into your cards list, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna see what
No,
the
please
spirit
do.
animal meant is. So this seeing the mountain goat is trust your senses and intuition over your rational and logical mind. Stop butting your head against the wall trying to get through to someone who isn't accessible. Ask for support you need in spite of any fear of being vulnerable. Keep moving forward step by step toward whatever goal you're after, trusting that you'll be able to climb over any obstacles and know that if you should slip, you'll always land on your feet.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. That's a nice message.
Like a mountain cat.
And
You'll
then-
always stand on your feet.
Ah,
Yeah.
maybe goats do too. We don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I've personally never
goats?
seen a goat fall.
I hope
Off
I
of a
don't.
mountain? No, I hope I don't either.
really don't want to see a
Also,
goat fall.
ghosts. Wow, goats climb cliffs. We've already
Yeah.
talked about how nice. Full circle. Cliffs. We talked about cliffs
Oh,
earlier.
the
didn't we?
cliffs. I was like,
That was now.
yeah. Right?
me.
Remember? That was today. That was hello.
Exactly.
That was
I know.
hello.
Well, I thought that was so good. Okay. And then okay, so like I had mentioned earlier, some of these decks come with their own like set of instructions, you know. I always recommend reading reading them, feel them out. Some of them work really well, and that's like kind of you use them as a rule. I used to. I don't anymore. And it's just because as I've gotten more comfortable with my way of pulling cards that it's just how it goes. So I always, we always do a knock. And then I always hold it to my heart and I just put my good intention and say, like, put my thoughts into it. And all I'm thinking is, I just want to know, what energies, what messages could our readers use when this podcast come out? Like what could kind of give you the nudge of a confirmation or yeah. Let's go with that. I like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to shuffle like I would normally a deck. Because this is my deck, I shuffle like the toss. I do my like whatever bridge thing. Give it a good shuffle. This deck traditionally you split it into 3 and then whoever you're pulling for picks one or you pick one. And then that would be the card and you go from there. Again, as my card reading has changed, I just shuffle. I take my deck like this. I break it. And it's my bottom card always.
There you
The
go.
fox.
I feel like
Fancy.
you and I have seen that before.
I don't think I have. I might have like
you
looked
sure?
at it. I don't think I've ever received this.
Oh.
Or at least I've never like for myself.
Yeah.
Smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for long term. Their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. When in balance, we're magical, ingenious teachers, monogamous. When out of balance, we're sneaky, unsure of their identity. So to bring into balance partnership or connection, I definitely have to go apologize to my husband, and I'm going to do that like right away. I've already sent him like two already. Like, it's like, I'm so sorry. I was frustrated with the internet, and I love you dearly. And we're just saying goodnight. So
yes. And like, so for the fox over here, what would you say the coloring of that one is? Is that Arctic
This
fox,
is-
gray fox, kit fox, or red fox?
to me, it looks like an Arctic fox.
Cool.
I mean, because I love foxes, but it doesn't look to me like, I don't know if you can kind of see there, like it doesn't look like a forest fox. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's true. So it says, okay, so trust your intuition. Your intelligence and ingenuity are more useful right now than confrontation and righteousness. It's better for you to remain in the background and exert influence from that position than to take an active leadership role.
Okay.
It's important at this time to break out of your social conditioning and express yourself more freely.
Okay.
Freely.
Freely.
Fragile. For the Arctic fox, don't let the negative things that others say about you affect you adversely. Did I say that right? Who knows?
Yeah, sure.
Plan for the future by storing up some of your supplies. Welcome the changes of season with behavior and attitude appropriate to that season. Not really sure what that means.
I don't know if that one matched, but that's okay.
I don't know if that one either.
Foxes.
The foxes.
The
Trust your
foxes.
intuition.
Exactly. Trust. Just trust. Anyways, I think in these show notes, I will link where you could take your own card reading certification, because it's hella fun.
Amazing people. Yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun. And there's a couple people that do it in different ways. By this point, we already have had our empath episode, our empath sisters episode.
Yeah.
And Bev is an amazing mentor. She does a bunch of different courses, and that's one of the ways that you can do it. And then there's another person as well that will show you in the show notes and talk about it in an episode later.
Exactly. And then they will be on a little later. But yeah, wonderful.
Sweet. And Jessica, where can everybody find us?
Well, you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Basic Banter for Witches, and also by Gmail or whatever email, electronic mail, basicbanterforwitches@gmail.com. Yeah.
And we see all of the emails. We love them. We love emails. We love DMs. We like comments, whatever you want.
Exactly. Y'all are like, we're like creating a big coven, and I love it. It's so fantastic.
Legit. I
like,
love it,
honestly, the people that message us, I'm like, oh, you listen?
Yeah, all of us are, not that we are trying to have like full on imposter syndrome, but we're also just like, oh, people actually
like listen,
like what we're doing.
Like, I know, and like we're having so much fun.
We'll take it.
Like, seriously, thank you guys so much.
This is exactly it. Yeah, we can't thank you guys enough. This has been so much fun so far, and we're just gonna keep going. So
exactly, we're gonna keep going, whether y'all listen or not. But still, it's nice that you do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right on.
Cool. Well, okay. Well, thanks, Jess. We'll see you next time.
You betcha.
And then we'll see everybody soon. So stay tuned for another episode of Basic Banter for Witches.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Y'all come back now.
Y'all come back now. You hear? Oh, bye.